Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Welcome, friends. Welcome to another Friday night show, and looking forward to the weekend, no doubt. Yes, and it looks like pretty good weather here. And I hope you're all having a fine Friday evening. Want to say welcome to Catherine Weiss, Andrew Little, and Cheryl. Thank you all for being here. We shared this out to Truth Social and my Facebook page and my Truth Quest Facebook page. So there we are. There's our other friend. Look at that. Operation Shutdown. Yes, where we're just downrange of strange. Where the outrageous is contagious. And the paranormal is the new normal. Sometimes my hands disappear when I do that. You notice that? Welcome to the program, buddy. Good to see you here. All right. Where the outrageous is contagious, for sure. Yes, indeedy. Well, let's get this off right. A lot of things are going down and trying to go down. The deep state just won't give up. But I thought this was a good thing. Did you see this? Hey, Dark Brain, welcome to the program. All righty. Another one of our awesome mods. We got the best mods in the system. Dark Brain, Operation Shutdown, Catherine Weiss, Piggy Dancer, and Mud Rabbit. I believe that's, if I'm missing anybody, please let me know. Man ejected from Biden rally in Rockville, Maryland, after screaming, "You stole, you know what?" Can't really say it, but yeah, he got kicked out. Looks like he's pretty happy about it. It's going to happen more and more. There's Peggy Dancer. Welcome to the program. And Dark Brain, too. Awesome. Yes. Awesome possum. All righty then. That guy's the hero. I bet you there's going to be someone at every single one of his so-called rallies. I don't know how much they had to pay these people. Maybe these are all the people getting the loan reimbursements, possibly. I don't know. It looks like they got a crowd of more than 7 people. Now, Biden has not been known to gather a crowd of more than 12 people. So something is up. Something is suspect here. Out of the ordinary, shall we say. Yeah, well, this guy knew the score, but they took the only smart guy out of there. But I bet you 99% of everybody there was thinking the exact same thing. If it weren't for the crisp check in their pocket for being there, they probably wouldn't be there. That's my opinion. That's just what I'll say. It's my opinion. My opinion. My Obi-Wan Kenobi opinion. There you go. And there you have it. There is a lot happening every day. It seems like more things keep on happening and happening, and the happenings keep happening. And this was a rather good one. Did you guys see? I'm sure you saw on Joe Rogan today, Mark Zuckerbucks himself admitted that hey, the reason we, I'm paraphrasing. Oh, did you censor the Bunter Hayden laptop? Oh no, we didn't take the same route as Twitter. No. You see, a little backstory here. See, we were contacted by the FBI. Well, some of our people were, and told us that this was to watch out for this. So that's And the FBI had the Bunter Hayden laptop for what, since 2019? So they knew what was in it. They knew it wasn't Russian disinformation. They affected an election. So, well, a lot of people have negatively affected the election illegally. That's just one. You know, the Zucker box is another one that he did. I'm sure you're all aware of that. Yeah. It just keeps getting worse. You know, the lies keep crumbling and the truth is left there shining. Like we always knew. We always knew. We get deplatformed for telling the truth. Yeah, right. What's AJ's excuse for all the rest, for that matter? AJ. Mark Zuckerberg. Joe Rogan. I'm not sure who AJ is. Maybe I missed something in the chat. Welcome, Peggy Dancer. If we didn't already say that. Oh, Alex. Oh, that guy. Yeah. Oh, I I don't know anything about really about following AJ. Haven't really followed him for many, many years. I really quite view him as controlled opposition, controlled something. When he apologized to Alephantis, that was it. It's like zero journalistic integrity, in my opinion. And, you know, I'm just an ordinary guy, but that's my opinion. So there you go. Facebook admitting that the FBI told them to do this, and they did. So the FBI interfered with the election. And that's just one way that they did. And they covered up the Hunter Biden laptop and they pushed the other stuff that wasn't real. So yeah, it's wild. It's just mind-boggling. I'll tell you one thing. When I was a kid thinking about the future, I certainly wasn't picturing anything like this. This would be the last thing I would picture. But it's fun to look forward and imagine what the future would be like. It's also fun to look back. To look back in time and to wonder what maybe the first, maybe like a woodworking tool would look like. Like the first power woodworking tool might have looked something like this. Yeah. Whoa, look at that. There's ingenuity. World's first tool made by Black and Pecker. Yeah. Little caveman humor there for you. Yes, we just traveled back in time for a bad dad joke. There is a whole lot more. Oh, yeah. AJ definitely controlled opposition. We're not talking about my son here. He put out one-month ultimatum to Trump to denounce the drop dirt. There is no dirt. What is he talking about? Yeah, yeah. Now I really don't want to watch him. If he's giving ultimatums to Trump, no, uh, homie, don't do that. He's clearly showing himself. Clearly showing himself. Yes, isn't it? Isn't it, Cheryl? Very funny. Yeah. Well, yeah, anyone with a big platform is not going to be for Trump because they've all been they're there if the big platform for a reason because they're following orders or they wouldn't be there. Homie don't play that. That's right. Homie don't play that. They are definitely scared, yes. Um, you know what might be a good way to track these people is like build like a secret prison somewhere. Somewhere nice, a little bit secluded, but somewhere nice, and dress it up to make it look like condos, and then, you know, offer them to these elites. Hey, hey, we want you to take a look at our these penthouses, see what you think, and if you like it, we'll give you a discount. If not, you can stay for free. They go in, they step in. It's a luxury looking place. All of a sudden, the door closes. It's a jail cell. There you go. Maybe that might work. Hey, Sopranos fan, 11. Welcome to the program. Yeah, maybe that would be something we could do. Could be. Um, I was watching Uncensored Abe today. Hey, Sopranos fan, 11. Good to see you here. And Abe Al was showing he held something up to the camera, and it was a 10-digit number, and it said below the number or above the number, unlock key. Does anybody know what that might be? Unlock key. I don't know. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. It seemed kind of clandestine. Kind of clandestine. Um, did you see those redacted papers that came out? That those all those redacted papers that were supposed to come out by today? Well, of course, you might have seen this. Yep, you missed a page. Make America great again. Yeah, but I was looking at the actual, I don't know if that was one of the actual ones or not, but whenever I see redacted pages, I grab them really quick and I look at them and I do some adjustments and I see if I can find anything, right? Why wouldn't you? It's a mystery. What are they hiding? Are they? They're obviously hiding something, right? They're hiding something. So here's this one. Okay, this is a meme. They took one of those pages and they made a darn meme out of it. And look at that. Check that out. Now, uh, so this is okay, case 922 MJ 08332 BER, document 102-1, entered on FLSD docket 8/26/2022, page 28 of 38. Okay, so there's Brandon trying to get up those darn stairs. The key to the capstone, Aaron. The key to the capstone is what? Okay, so you saw that. Now check this out. Check this out. Okay, I took that meme, which was built upon the actual redacted page from that thing was released today. And look at that. Would you just look at that? Well, let's see if we can suss out a little more. Take a look at where the letters are. See that? Okay, there's something there. Um, if it was just a normal redaction, it would be all black. There would be no shading. There would be no different blocks in there. So something is weird about this. There might be some way to decipher this because the apparently maybe a more sophisticated program than what I'm using might be able to get something out of it. But I found it very intriguing. Not really legible. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it would be dangerous if we knew something that the DOJ redacted. But I thought it was interesting. So interesting. So I checked some other ones. And this is what I found. Oh, look at this. Would you? Would you just? Look at that. So you tell me what this looks like they really went to some kind of effort to scramble, but there might be some artifact there that would be detected by some more sophisticated of a tool than just Preview, which I'm using. It's a free Apple product. Yeah, it looks like they're going to take the GAB and twist it around and try to use that against Trump. I don't think it's going to work because, number one, who was in charge of that? Pence. Okay. Yes, Trump speeded things along. But the globalists were talking about shutting the economy down for 10 years. And that's why he went into overdrive on that. That's right, Cheryl. Trump was never for the mandatory at all. That's right. And he was the one that talked about HCQ and took it himself from Dr. Zelenko, who's now dead. Figure that one out. I don't think it was natural. I think it was speeded along by the evil people. That's my opinion. I think that they just do anything they can, as evil as they can. And that's what they do. But we don't do evil things. We do things that are good, that help people, that help open eyes. We reveal the truth. And hopefully our children and our grandchildren will have a better America than what we have if we keep fighting for it. Welcome to the program, Keepers of the Grid. Good to see you here. Yeah. He did rush their plan. Yes, he did. Dark Brain's pretty smart. Also, the ones actually forcing it on them are to blame. But the sheep people should have distrusted the demonic global Satanists. Yes, but they don't know that because they're hypnotized by the lamestream mockingbird media that gives them comfort because it agrees with their worldview, and they're just slumped into it. They don't know. They just don't know. Hey, keepers. That's right. Joe's just as much to blame. Just as much to blame. Oh, for lots of things. For lots of things. But I thought that was pretty interesting. That redaction that really quite doesn't really look like a redaction when you. All I did was I adjusted the brightness and the shadows, and this is on preview. When you open up a PNG or a JPEG, it's just a generic program that you can open up picture files in. So, and you can do minor little adjustments, not much, just some basic adjustments, color. You can turn it from color to black and white, or increase the contrast. Lots. A few things like that. It's not exactly very sophisticated, but even with that, this is what I got. Isn't that interesting? I don't know. I think maybe it's not interesting. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah, boy, watching a recent interview that Red Pill did. What was his name? Radkin, or what was his name? At the Truth Summit, and he's a former, maybe a Intel guy, like I don't know if he's CIA or FBI, but he's MAGA now, and he was talking about how here in Wisconsin, it's Paul Ryan and Robin Voss and some other character were all like roommates, so they went to the same college, and they're all like kind of protecting the old guard here. Ivan, yes, thank you, Peggy Dancer. Ivan Rakin. Yes, go look him up on Red Pill. He's on BitChute, Rumble, Foxhole, Pilled. Go check him out. He's also on some other ones too, Odyssey and Rockfin. Maybe he's not on Rockfin. I can't remember. Yeah, and how Pence was the deep state insert into they were not going, the Republican Party was not going to support Trump unless he had someone like Pence. And on his short list for VP pick in 2016 was General Michael Flynn, who they wanted to get out because he knew where all the bodies were. He still does. And they did not want him anywhere near. That's how they went after him like crazy. But it's all boomeranging. It's all boomeranging on him. You can't just build lies up upon lies upon lies expect it to survive the scrutiny of time. Truth has a way of knocking down all those poorly built liabilities. I agree with you. Trump did more for this nation than any elected official in our lifetimes and continues to do so. Yes. And who do you think inspired DeSantis? Hello, let me think. Donald Trump? I think all of these MAGA people were inspired by Trump. And that's why they're going after him. One of the reasons why they're going after him so hard, because he's so good at getting people to listen to him and inspiring people, truly inspiring them. Well, also think about this. Trump, what does Trump do? He watches mainstream media. He hates it. He knows it's not true, but that's what he watches. He wants to see what they're saying. So if he's watching that, how much time does he have to look at anything else? Who are the people around him? Who's surrounding him that's a gatekeeper of information? He might not know everything we think that he knows. So cut him some slack. I mean, he's an expert on so many things. On this, he brought experts in, and he had, who did it? Pence. Hey, T. Wilson's here. Hello there. Welcome to the program. You made it. Yes, and T. Wilson's other half is watching now too. So I hope that that's the case tonight, and welcome everybody. And Austin Morris. Greetings from Knoxville, Tennessee, our good friend Austin Morris. Welcome to the show. Yes, Trump is trying to expose all the crooked, evil, Kabbalist people. And he does that by just handing them the microphone and letting them talk, like he did with Birx and Fauci. Look what's happening to Fauci. He's public enemy number one right now in a lot of people's minds because of what he did. Not only during this last scamdemic, but also during the AIDS epidemic. His actions caused lots of harm in the past. The past 40 or 50 years he's been in his position as the highest paid person in the government. Been very detrimental to the lives of very many people. But he enriched himself. And the NIH and NI, whatever you call it, they were cut in for part of the profits. So he did benefit financially, Fauci did. And that's going to come out hopefully soon. Yeah. He's your hubby watching. Now, Trump might also be doing things. Now, look, when the scamdemic first started, remember, it was worldwide. It wasn't just this nation. And there were three leaders of 3 different countries in Africa who opposed the lockdowns. Guess what? They all died very quickly of blovid. Yeah. Supposedly, allegedly, even though it hasn't been isolated ever. But that was the catch-all. So Trump had to. He had to. And in doing so, expose the entire scam of that whole injectable false narrative that they've been running with and injecting with for decades, with lots of ill results. I personally believe that We're born with everything we need already in us. If it was meant to be in us, we would have been born with it already in us. That's what I think. Yes, Prime Minister Abe opposed lockdowns. Look what happened to him. I think that he had to, it's not just a black and white. Sometimes you have to tiptoe through the tulips, just like our friend Tiny Tim tells us. So yeah, let's call Mr. Jones AJ instead of his name, because that's a toxic thing to attach to a program. So call him AJ. We'll know what you mean. We'll know. So redacted stuff, huh? Well, here's something I saw today. I actually had to fix this one. It was stretched out. They didn't go after the big guy. They didn't go after Biden's crackhead son. They didn't go after Pelosi for insider trading. They didn't go after the Clintons. They didn't go after Epstein. They went after the one man who promised to expose them all. Bingo. That's it right there, baby. When criminals are running everything, they can put up quite a fight, can't they? Can't they? No problem, Sopranos fan. Thank you. Do we think Barron Trump might run for president? He's a pretty young kid. He's got a long ways to go. I would think that all of the Trump family would have a chance. So yeah, I would say yeah. Bingo. That's right, Cheryl. Yes, Sopranos fan. It's true. Yeah. We're watching a movie. Remember, Ezra is a movie producer, right? This is all a movie. People are playing certain parts. It's like there's two different movie companies making the same movie, the good guys and the bad guys, okay? I think that's what's happening. That's the best I can figure it. The best I can figure it. So I thought that was a good one. Man, all the real crimes keep piling up on the other side. All the fake crimes are the only ones they go after. Isn't that curious? Even the fake noose at the NASCAR, that NASCAR driver's pull down thing was just a pull down thing, wasn't the noose. But they sure sent people out there in a hurry, didn't they? Because it was for their narrative. Their narrative. Okay, so Barron Trump will be 36 in 2044, but that, JFK Jr. Didn't get into politics till right before he was murdered. So I don't know. I wish the good guys made movies. They do. I think some of the good guys have made some of these movies, and I think one of the ones was The Winter Soldier. I think it was Captain America, Winter Soldier. I never saw it, but that was the rumor that was a white hat movie. So the white hats are producing some stuff, I guess. Oh, 38. Yeah, but he might not. I mean, he's his own person. He's his own person. So he can decide what he wants to do. It's America, still America, not a fascist country yet. So he can still choose what he wants to do. Whether he wants to go into politics or not, I don't know. He might be very sickened by it, by seeing what they're doing to his father. Who knows? You know, who knows? Who knows what that might manifest into? Yeah, we just don't know. We can guess. Yeah, I think that Winter Soldier was a while back before a lot of this woke stuff crept so far in. I'm not sure though. I never watched it. I don't watch movies anymore. They're too indoctrinating. Even the flashes per second, they can hypnotize you just by how many flashes per second. Same with monitors. The computer I'm looking at right now might be hypnotizing me. Ooh, ooh. I think I was hypnotized for a second there because I was acting differently. Did you notice that? I don't know, Sopranos fan. 11. That's just an unknown. It's an unknown. You know, he was bragging about how fast he got that done until just fairly recently, just a couple months ago. He stopped touting that because there was a lot of blowback. So maybe it's a chess game. I don't want to try to guess what his next moves are. It's just get the popcorn going and enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. It's just a movie. It's a movie. It's a live action movie. Remember now, things that you see might not be actually what you see. Like this from 1944. This was the top of, okay, the rooftop suburb that hit a whole World War II airplane factory underneath, 1944. How do you like that? Look at that. There was an airplane factory under that, and no one knew. It looks like a town. Even the trees are fake. Look at this. This is incredible. So that when, enemy satellites, they take pictures, they can't figure out where all these airplanes are coming from, you know? So if they could do that back in 1944, just think how they can trick things now, especially digitally. Oh my goodness, it looks like this is Max. Hello? Is this Max?
Hello.
He lives. He's alive.
Yeah,
Yes. Proof
I'm
of
alive.
proof of life. Thank you. We've been worried about you and sending our prayers out. How are you doing?
Well, I'm better.
Well, good.
I've been through a lot with these roundworms in my leg.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. If you want to get an idea what it's like, just go look up elephantiasis.
Oh my gosh.
See the picture, and you'll get an idea.
Oh boy, I'm very queasy. I
Yeah, you probably don't want to do it.
No,
yeah.
I don't want to do it. I get really queasy in that. I'm really glad that doctors.
They're not all dead yet, but a huge probably percentage of them are. So I continue to heal. As I continue to try to continue to treat myself to get them gone. I guess the bigger they are to some degree, the hardier they are, the more resistant they are to dying off.
Have you tried that horse paste stuff? That I don't think I can say the name of it yet.
Yeah,
that might help.
Yeah, I've tried that, but I haven't taken that to the full course because I've been using the another thing.
Okay.
It begins with a fin. Anyway.
Okay.
And so I do have the stuff to be you're just talking about.
Okay,
so I am
good.
Going to be. I did early treatment. I did take that, and it had some effectiveness. So
good.
I'm not done with that, but
yeah.
Fortunately, it's gotten to the point where I can sleep again.
Okay.
There was a 2-week period where I probably got less than 2 hours a week sleep.
Oh my, that's horrible.
So you can imagine.
No. Oh,
and there was some screaming involved.
Oh, geesh.
If you want to give an idea what kind of pain levels.
Well,
a lot of prayers got me through that, of course.
Truth Questers, keep it up. Keep sending the prayers on in to our buddy Maxwell Smart here, because he needs it. And I know that stuff that they use for horses, it's a dewormer. So I mean, it's like the perfect thing to attack something, you'd think. So
right, the different therapeutics that our leader had talked about in the past are all dewormers.
Okay.
You
know who's an expert on that is my friend over there, Lexi Eisenhower. I interviewed her once, and she's really big on this. And she. You're
not talking about Laura Eisenhower.
No. Eisenhower, not Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
Ice, like ice cold.
Huh. I don't know her.
Okay, I interviewed her. In fact, what's interesting is she's related to another friend of mine, Dwight Eisenhower, who is an ETA, an Elvis tribute artist with a really good Elvis voice. So his name is Eisenhower, Dwight Eisenhower. And he used to be introduced by, and welcome President Dwight Eisenhower.
Oh, no.
Doing Elvis. But yeah, talented young man. Go ahead.
There's definite evidence that my dancer with a C, if you know what that word is,
right,
is going away.
Okay.
I think the thing that was getting in the way of the final healing of that was these worms. These worms.
Oh boy. Oh my.
So the good news, as I get rid of these things, it seems to be going. The places where there was remain seems to be healing fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was kind of the last. When you think about it, Dancer with a C is if you look up a guy by the name of Otto Warburg,
right?
He got a Nobel Prize in 1931. The Dancer with a C is caused by inflammation ultimately.
Uh-huh.
And so anything that causes inflammation, which bacteria, viruses, chemicals, parasites, fungi, all can cause inflammation. Well, you can imagine what kind of inflammation you would have in your organs. You got worms 1/4 inch diameter.
Please.
Okay.
I mean, wow.
Anyway,
I'm sorry you're going through that. I'm getting kind of queasy here. I apologize, but
it's okay.
Whoa.
I just want to. I'm trying to learn the best way to kill these things, because I want to be able to tell people.
Yeah. Wow.
Because I think it's more prevalent than we know. In the United States, there's not very many doctors that if you went to your doctor, your general practitioner, says, I think I've got parasites, they probably wouldn't take it very seriously.
Well, I have parasites, but I call them my glasses.
Okay.
That's my kind of. With my luck, they'd find one worm in my brain, and that's the one doing all the thinking, and they can't remove that guy. that would be my luck.
Do your eyes glow red at night? I mean, when you the Stargate SG-1 joke there. So.
Oh, okay.
See, in Stargate SG-1, there was a parasite called the Goa'uld.
Oh, okay.
Take over people.
Yeah, it's a pretty scary thing. I hope that man, keep praying, folks.
All prayers are appreciated. It's really helping. like I said, there's been enormous improvement. I can sleep. Not today. They're moving around. And sorry, but not like they used to.
Oh my God. You know, I don't know if you probably heard this when Nikola Tesla, back in the day, he was crossing a busy street and he got hit, I don't know, by a car or a carriage or something. And he broke his leg. And so he went to a local doctor and he asked the doctor to describe what he was going to do. He described what he was going to do and he said, "Thank you very much, but I'm not going to accept your services. I'm going home to fix myself." And then he created a device that delivered like a low voltage of electricity to the area infected or affected, and it speeded up the healing. Now, there's another scientist, I can't remember his name, but he was fascinated with salamanders. And he did an experiment with a salamander and a frog, where he was studying the energy or the electricity or the amount of energy in the cells, like the living.
This feels like you got a joke. You're building up to a joke here.
No. This is serious.
No?
This is serious. No, he cut off one of the arms of the salamander, and he cut off one of the arms of the toad or the frog or whatever it was, and the salamander regrew a new hand, and he was monitoring the electricity in the system. It spiked.
Right.
It spiked way up while it was healing, and it regrew the hand. Now, the frog with the hand cut off, it didn't have a spike. It just had a gradual uptick until it reached where it was before. He thought, well, wait a minute. What if I increase the voltage or the amperage or whatever it was to the frog? And he did, and it regrew a hand. So, since we are electric beings, is there certain types of food that increase our electric production in our bodies or our cells?
Right. Well, maybe the same technique would work on us. Who knows if nobody's done it?
Right, exactly.
I can tell you something weird that happened.
Yeah.
The other day I noticed that when I took my right hand and put it over my left arm, the hair on my arm rose.
Yeah.
Like I was full of static.
Wow.
It's kind of weird. It's like, you know how your hair rises if lightning is about to strike?
Uh-huh.
Your hair stands up. Well, it was standing up on my arm when I waved my hand above my arm.
Wow. You're electric.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Austin.
Maybe that's an example of what you're talking about.
Could be. Austin Morris writes or posts. The guy who edited 73 magazine years ago published stuff about electrical healing, but I can't remember the man's name. And Peggy Dancer says, Dr. Royal Rife, Nikola Tesla, and Dr. Friedman use vibration, frequency, and UV light therapy. Yes. Wow.
I'm sure there's validity to all those things. I really am a believer in a lot of those things.
Yeah.
So, and these are the things that. This is why we're working to defeat this evils, because we will have these things, and then will be used to heal us when we get past the corrupt, evil people.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
So we're going to do it, of course.
Yeah. Did you hear that Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan admitted that the FBI called them to tell them to suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story?
Oh, that's an interesting admission.
I know. A lot of
I
stuff.
think
Go ahead.
I think there's going to be a lot more of that. I think there's going to be people come forward maybe even people within the FBI are going to come forward and say, hey, we know what's going on, and we just want to tell the tale.
Yeah.
So
you rated the wrong president. The wrong president. Yeah.
Well, I a couple times I wanted to get on and call you, but I just felt miserable. So
I understand.
But well, and a couple other times I had just gotten back from shopping, and so I was trying to put things away, and by the time I got things put away, it was too late. I figured you'd already have shut down.
Yeah. Well, probably not going to be on for very much longer, but here is a picture of, I know you can't see it right now, Max, but for everybody else,
yeah, that's okay.
It's the far side of the moon and the Earth in the background as taken by the Chinese orbiter that is going around the moon. So it's sort of a close-up, not really a close-up of the far side of the moon, but it's such a low-res picture that it's really pixelated. You can't really see any detail on the far side. But I think they should go and put a big unfolding mylar balloon or mylar mirror behind the moon so people can train their telescopes to see what's on the far side of the moon. Mirror image. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. Oh, and Sunday, folks, be sure to tune in because at 7 p.m. Central, it's going to be The Quest for Truth with Andrew DiPasciago, Andy, Time Travel, and the Bible Code. So that's going to be exciting.
Cool.
Apparently, some Bible Code guy found his name, or A. Bashago, and time travel very close to each other in the Bible using the Bible Code. So,
anybody know how that works?
It's the Hebrew. It's the Hebrew version of the Bible from 3,000 years ago. It's, I think, 5 books, the Torah, I think, and I think you take every 21st letter or something. If I'm not sure, I've done a little bit of digging on it, but not too much.
Okay.
I think it's like every 21st word you put them together, and you get all these crazy correlations. That's what I think.
Oh, wow.
But I could be wrong. I could
probably use a computer to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
To make it easy to do.
Right. When I use my
I've always wanted to learn more about that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I have a sense that it probably relates to this math that I'm describing, but I don't know. I don't know that. That's just a hunch on my part. A feeling.
Right.
But it'll be interesting to know, you know?
Right. It would be. Yeah, this is really pixelated, folks. Pixelation to the max. Oh, that's pretty good right there. That's the far side of the moon, folks. Something like that. Pretty neat, huh? One view of it. Can't wait till Sunday. T. Wilson says, can't wait till Sunday. Going to bake some extra peach cobbler. Oh, that sounds good. Okay. Oh, our good friend Austin Morris comes to the rescue here. The algorithm used to decode hidden messages in long texts was applied to the Torah, and hidden messages were found. Yes. Okay.
What is the algorithm?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The one little thing I read about it said every 21 word, every 21 letters or something. I'm not versed in Hebrew, So,
Right.
and hello, Thinky Dink. Welcome to the program. You look at Bible code like a crossword puzzle? Oh, okay. That's interesting. And let's see. Dark Brain says Bible code is based on grids. Take every second letter to see what's encoded, then every third letter, the fourth, and so on. Okay. So I guess it's a myriad of different things.
So in other words, you look every two number, two digits, and you look at the number, see if it makes sense, and then every three digits, every four, and every five. Is that? Or do you know?
No, I don't know. The way he's wording it, it says this is his exact words. Bible code is based on grids. Take every second letter to see what's encoded. Period. Was that period or a comma? I can't really tell. Then every third letter. Then every fourth letter. So I think it's every second letter to find out if it's a code. And then you try every third letter, and then until you find something that looks like a code.
And then all of a sudden things will appear or something. Who
knows? I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. I found one interesting article in it. That's all I really did. I could be studying day and night for weeks and still not be, up on everything to be known about something like that. Sounds very complex.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's the moon. Thanks, China, for giving us a picture of the far side of the moon. Yeah. Why couldn't we do that, Max?
We could.
I know. But they did it. They beat us.
Right.
So there you go. Of course, I think we've mapped the far side of the moon, but I mean, as far as photographs.
Oh, yeah, not sharing a lot of it with the public, see? When you have corruption so rampant as it is, they're not trying to enlighten the public,
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to keep information from the public.
Oh,
know.
Dark Brain says here, Maxwell is correct. Many layers of code use whatever number of gaps between the letters. Each number of gaps would have different encoding. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, and Austin Morris says, skeptics say hidden messages will emerge from any long book, but no other book has the same track record as the Bible code. Oh, interesting. Well, that's interesting.
Right.
Okay, we're going to look at one of these mirror images now, and I found a green nebula. Oh, look at this. Whoa, that's kind of freaky. It's all green. It almost looks like a digital color of, the digital screen from like the Matrix, but with a design. Oh, Austin Morris comes with more relevant information. First picture of the far side was taken by a Soviet Luna 2 probe in 1959. This was a very low resolution image, but it showed the great crater Tzlowski. Boy, those Russian names are always so easy to pronounce, aren't they?
Yeah. I wonder if they have trouble pronouncing our words.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. People say things differently. It's just part of our lingo, schmingo, right?
Right.
Well, I'm really, really glad that you called in, Max, because I was getting ready to call you. I was trying to decide, should I call him on air? Maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. So I was trying to think, well.
Yeah, I almost called you a couple of days ago at home, but something interrupted at the time, but said, well, I feel good enough. I'm going to call tonight.
Good. I'm glad that you are. That's
and
good.
Check in, you know.
That's good to hear.
Let people know what's going on, and
yeah, boy.
You know, we all have things that we have to experience as part of our journey, and as crazy as it sounds, I'm happy I'm experiencing this because I'm learning so much to be able to help somebody else. Now, I'm not going to say it was pleasant, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't pleasant to go through.
No.
But we go through certain things to learn, and it's what we do with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and the crazy thing about this, I pointed out to some of my friends, I said, you know what, if I hadn't hurt my leg on the back of a cooler, you know, where it scratched the back of my leg,
mm-hmm.
so that I had to soak the leg, I'd never know I had these things.
Oh, my goodness.
Think about that for a minute. And so, as a result, I may never have been able to get rid of the cancer with the C.
Right.
You know?
Oh, my.
I wouldn't have learned what the root cause.
Yeah, you might have found it just in the nick of time.
See what I'm saying? So, I had been praying. This is the direct answer to prayer, because I had been praying that if I don't get the answer, keep putting it in front of me, so I have to trip over it. You know?
Uh-huh.
And I think this is an example. I get it. The almost exact thing happened with my other leg, only I didn't figure out that I had these parasites.
Hmm.
So I repeated. It basically got repeated, and this time, fortunately, I figured out what's going on. Now, in retrospect, I look back to about a year ago when I had it happen to the other leg, and I remember having an odd sensation in my leg, thinking, why does it tickle? Why does it feel like there's something in my leg?
Oh, boy.
But I didn't think anything more of it. If I had been thinking about it carefully, I would have realized, you know, that something was going on, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And of course, I wish I had done it, knew about it a year ago, you know?
Sure.
But I didn't, so I'm grateful and thankful for God, you know?
Yes.
Putting it in front of me again so that I'd learn. It's not pleasant to go through, but I think I'm substantially through the process now, you know?
Good.
I'm sure I've got a little bit more to suffer through before it's all over, but it's significant progress has been made.
Good. That's good to hear.
So
keep sending your prayers, and oh my goodness.
So anyone who chooses, like I said, to find out more about it, you can look elephantiasis is the only difference between that and what I have is elephantiasis is caused by roundworms from South America.
Hmm.
And these are just American roundworms or whatever.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
But it just goes to show you, you know, you can have, there's a show that was on called Monsters Inside Me. You can have these things living inside you and you don't even have a clue.
Right.
You know?
Right.
What they're doing to you. So it's quite sobering, you know, to think about, you know?
Maybe they're fixing stuff.
Well, believe it or not, there are people out there that are studying certain worms and realize they're not all truly parasitic. Okay.
Yeah.
One that's very common that can do some harm is called a hookworm.
Yeah.
But it turns out a very mild hookworm infection can give people relief from allergies.
Oh.
Their allergies seem to go away.
Oh my.
So there's actually a guy out there that grew.
Oh, I've heard this.
Produces his own hookworms.
Yeah, I've heard this. I think that's disgusting. I think that's disgusting. Hmm.
Yeah. So
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of freaky.
Cheryl says, Max, extraordinary way to look at your illness. Prayers for you. And then Dark Brain says, prayers indeed for Max's healing. Yes. Maybe we should send him some leeches. They can suck those things out.
No thanks. I'll pass.
They might slip in and join him, huh?
If God puts it in my path, I'll deal with it. You know?
Yeah. My goodness.
I'll deal with it as gracefully as I can, but I don't want to please.
Okay. Know? All right. Don't send them to him.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good idea.
Well, I've had enough parasites for a while, I think. I hope.
Yeah. And Sopranos Fan 11 says people drink their own pee for supposed health benefits. I know. I can't believe people are doing this. Man, people will do anything if they see it on the internet. It's so stupid. People do the dumbest things just because they see it on the intranet.
Have you watched any David Wilcock videos lately?
No.
David, at first when I started watching a couple of more recent ones, I thought he had completely lost his mind.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. He's going through a divorce and whatever. He was living in his, I think, Colorado home or something. And well, the most recent one, he put chicken bones outside and chipmunks. I think he says squirrels, but I think they're ground squirrels. Took them away, right? Well, the next day he's got a chair and he finds a pine cone in it, and he assumes it's a gift from the chipmunks.
Oh boy!
He puts more chicken bones out there, and they leave 2 pine cones this time. And he puts more out there, and the next day they leave 3 pine cones. And well, he goes outside, and now it goes outside the door. It's latest episode. He goes outside the door, and they're waiting outside, and they're just looking at him. And he starts to laugh, the normal David Wilcock laugh, and they all start what sounds like they're laughing.
Oh.
And it's really bizarre.
Did he record it?
If I had, yeah, you can see it.
That's funny.
Check it out. So if I hadn't seen that, from my own eyes, I would have thought, this guy has lost his mind. He says he thinks these chipmunks think he's like the chipmunk god for giving them the chicken bones or something.
Wow.
And they all start laughing when he started laughing. They love his laugh.
Why wouldn't they?
It literally sounds like they're laughing.
That's great.
And there must be, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these things laughing at the same time.
That's great. That's
bizarre.
You know,
bizarre.
A couple of years ago, I had a woodchuck out back, or something like a woodchuck, and they dig around. You know, and all my neighbors like, "Oh, you gotta get rid of that." I'm like, "Oh, he's doing landscaping. I'm not going to stop him. I want to see what kind of ideas he has, and someone should be doing something back there." And so I brought him out an apple one day. I put it on top of this. It's like a flat aluminum kind of a place where part of the pool used to sit. We had there was an above ground pool here when I first moved in, and there was some infrastructure built there. And I put it on top of there, and he ate half of it and put it back right where it was.
Uh-huh.
It was gone for a while, and it came back half eaten, like he wanted to give me some, save some for me. So I took it back. Yeah, so animals are reciprocal like that. They really appreciate it. Like today, I put some nuts out that I bought a long time ago, and just got a partial bag. And I thought, oh, instead of throwing it away, I'll just give it to the little critters out on my front little mini porch deck there. And there's a little chipmunk and a squirrel within 6 feet of each other, all munching away on those things. Total harmony. And yeah, I watched them. I actually filmed them, but I didn't download the film yet. So, yeah.
I don't know if you like asparagus or not, but I bought some bacon wrapped asparagus. Oh boy, it's good when you put it in a little air fryer.
Okay.
spray it with a little olive oil. Only takes 15 minutes, and you just wrap a piece of bacon around like 5 or 6 small stalks of asparagus. Cooks for 15 minutes, and it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Well, I stopped eating bacon a long time ago, but maybe some other people might like that. I think the asparagus is the good part there, to me. I used to eat bacon, but I didn't like it too crispy or too rubbery, but I don't know.
No, we're not going to judge you for that. I mean, everybody each their own, you know.
Right, right. Yeah, you can eat whatever you want. I'm just not. I'm eating eggs again.
Not for you.
I'm eating eggs again. That's the one animal product I put back in my diet for a while to build, get more energy and more protein.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering what kind of foods would increase the energy of your cells. I think maybe fruits might do that because they have like citric acid, which might be, energy creating. What do you think?
Well, it's part of the main energy creation process in the body called the citric acid cycle.
Really?
Yeah.
So I was right?
Well, you're partially right. It's not the only thing that will do that, but
so fruit and nitroglycerin, I guess. No, don't do that, folks. No, don't do that.
No. But yeah, you're okay. So, but no, the things that we need more than anything else is for energy is some good healthy fats.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you have sugars, our body's hardwired. It takes it in and stores it as fat, right?
Okay.
If you take fats in, your body uses the fats for energy. If you take proteins in, the body uses it, but it uses it primarily for the building of other proteins. It disassembles the protein into amino acids and then uses those amino acids to make new proteins. So it really doesn't give you that much in the way of energy. Of course, protein can be broken down to make energy out of it, but it's not a primary source of energy.
Now, what I heard something years ago, and it was very intriguing. They said if you eat like leafy green food, like spinach or lettuce or something, fresh lettuce, and then you go out in the sun after like 15 minutes or so, by that time, some of those nutrients of the chlorophyll are in your veins close to your skin. And the sunlight that penetrates through your skin to your veins actually releases energy from the chlorophyll in the plant matter, and your body gets energy. So maybe that's a way to do it.
Well, I never heard of that before, but it would certainly be interesting if that were the case. So
that's what I read that years ago. Apparently, it's the case. So isn't that interesting? You can actually get energy from food in your blood and the sun hitting it. So we are like plants. So that gives credit to the sun gazers too. Claim they get energy from staring at the sun during the early morning or late evening.
Right.
Only for a few seconds. Otherwise, you get eye damage.
Right.
Peggy Dancer.
There's something to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about Peggy Dancer?
Oh, Peggy Dancer says avocados and virgin olive oil are best fats.
Oh yeah, avocado is a superfood, and so is an egg. Eggs classified as a superfood too.
Okay.
Just because it's got so many important ingredients that you need. Avocado is one of those things too. It's a superfood. You want to research it, just look up superfoods.
Yeah. Superfoods.
You'll get an idea which are some of the best things to consume. So.
Yes, they need to quit chemtrailing our skies. Now, I thought when Trump was president, he put a stop to that. But that doesn't mean that he could stop a private company from doing it. Like these elites, they could just do it because they got the money and they got
to stop the what?
Chemtrails. Chemtrails for airplanes.
Yeah.
That's what Piggy Dancer's talking about there.
Well, I saw, what was the program I saw? Maybe this is, I can't remember if it was BCP or I heard somewhere else. There was a discussion of how, what the government can't get passed, passed in Congress, right?
Mm-hmm.
They hand it off to private industry to achieve, right?
Right.
And they give them incentives. So this is it. The private industry has been working to subvert, our republic, getting paid to do it by the government.
Mm-hmm.
So, but fortunately, there's so many people have awakened to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
In democratically run communities, even in San Francisco and things like that, people are voting out, prosecutors that are district attorneys that are Soros, promoted. People have had it, and they're not putting up with it anymore. They've experienced the rise in crime, and they figured it out,
Mm-hmm.
So it's all the polls are showing that most of the Democrats do not want Biden to run.
Yeah. Nobody wants Biden to come and help them, campaign.
Right.
Oh, we'll let anyone come. How about Biden? No, not him. No. Kamala? No, not the cackler. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, this debt forgiveness. Nancy Pelosi was saying just like a couple months ago that it's not within the presidential powers to forgive debt. So I'm sure this is going to turn out to be illegal. They'll probably find out right after the election, after they got these saps to vote for him again. Unbelievable. Right. Unbelievable. Or all the dead people, of course, will vote that way.
Right.
Yeah. You should never vote Democrat because eventually when you're dead, you'll vote Democrat. So just don't waste your time voting while you're alive, Democrat, because you'll be doing it sometime when you don't have a choice. That's my opinion. All right. So, wow. It sounds like you've really been battling this thing. So we're going to be sending our prayers out to you big time here.
Yeah. It's been a battle for sure, but like I said, I think the worst is behind me.
Good.
And I'm just being cautious when I'm almost sure of it, but I'm being cautious. You know how it is when you knock on wood,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't tempt fate, so to speak.
You gotta make sure it's real wood when you're knocking on it too.
Yeah. But the signs are good. I know there's been a major die-off, and of course, when these things die off, or they're so big, you have to be very careful.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to let the body has enzymes that can break some of these things down, but it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, what happens? You get swelling, and the swelling doesn't. You get so that fortunately, I think this is part of God's design. These worms primarily inhabit the lymphatic system, which has large spaces in it, so that when you kill these things off, they don't have to block off everything. The body can slowly break them down and keep from giving you a heart attack.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've had a few pass through my body, and I felt them, and I was a little concerned at the time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exploring possibility to use what's called terapeptidase.
Okay.
It's a still form moth enzyme.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be able to break down clots in the body. And I read somewhere where it could also break down parasites when they've died. So I haven't actually started taking that yet, but I've gotten some. I'm going to take it when I heal a little bit. You know, got to heal a little bit because you want to attack. You want to attack the parasites, not your weakened tissue, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to make yourself worse. So I'm waiting till a little more healing takes place.
Okay.
It's definitely healing more and more. It's still painful to walk, and it almost got worse because of, you know, they're desperate to get out now, you know. So I had a couple try to get out of my ankle today.
Oh.
And another one tried to go through the sole of my foot. And if you imagine, they poke about half inch.
Oh, please. Out. Hey, dude.
Sorry.
We might have some queasy people in the audience. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So.
Oh man. Well.
Anyway, needless to say, that hurts.
I bet. That's horrifying. That's horrifying that you're going through that. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And what I'm trying to do is make sure that I, you know, document how to get rid of these things so that I can help more people, because I think it's far more prevalent out there in our country than is realized.
Oh boy. So, yeah. Wow.
Anyway, I want to make sure we remedy that, you know?
Uh-huh. Wow.
So okay.
Well, I know you always say you want to help others. You want to help other people, not other worms. That's the whole thing. So
right.
Maybe
exactly.
the worms might have heard you and went, hey, this guy wants to help us. But you have to be more specific. He wants to help people, not worms. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, if I could magically get rid of the worms, like beam them out of my body so that I didn't have to kill them, I'd be okay with that, as long as I could do so without pain.
Put an apple next to your leg. Maybe they'll go for the apple.
Huh. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wish you all.
I'm not even going to tell you.
No.
You know.
No, I had dinner too recently. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
It's not fun, not pleasant. I don't wish it on anybody.
Oh my. No, me either. And I really hope that it resolves.
I'm so grateful for God answering my prayer. The most important prayer in my life, God answered. I can't be anything but grateful beyond imagination. So I will not complain. I will take whatever slings and arrows I need to take to grow and become the best spiritual being I can be.
There you go.
So,
well,
I know God's got my back. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a reason for it. Look at this. The reason is, if I didn't understand and go through this, I don't think I'd ever be able to get rid of this dancer with a C.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I think it's absolutely necessary to be healed.
Right.
So,
remember when I was
revealed to me.
Remember when I was telling you that Nikola Tesla used like low voltage or low amperage electricity to heal himself?
Yeah.
Well, remember as a kid, everyone, I'm sure, with a 9-volt batteries, I wonder if there's still energy in this. You put it on your tongue. Zzz.
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe that's how we jumpstart our little cells. We just put those all over our bodies.
Oh.
Zap ourselves.
There's probably somebody out there that's done a science fair project and actually shown results that could be interpreted as tissue regeneration or something.
Mm-hmm. Dark Brain says, "LOL, we might have some queasy people." As Aaron gets woozy, I'm sorry. I see. That's why I couldn't be a doctor. For 2 reasons. There's 2 reasons I couldn't be a doctor. Number 1, I would get queasy, and number 2, I just don't have the patience. Patience. Just don't have the patience.
I thought you were setting us up for a joke earlier. So.
Well, no.
That's how he does it. He's talking about something, and it's a pretty long story, and you're thinking, is he about to do it? And then you think no, and then you think he's going to do it again, and finally when you think no, I guess he's not, and then all of a sudden he does it.
Maybe the frequency of our laughter heals us. I think they have been saying that laughter is good medicine. Maybe it really is. Maybe the sound that you produce laughing, maybe that benefits you.
I've got to believe that's the case.
Yeah. I think
laughter.
Humor is so underrated.
The pets and things, they're now have dogs in a lot of emergency rooms now, in a waiting room, because they should have shown that they're having a dog present. All of a sudden, everybody's spirits are better or higher.
Right. Yeah.
So it puts everybody in a better mood, and a better mood means you're going to be more likely to heal, I think.
Right. Austin Morris says, the editor of 73 magazine was selling gadgets that would do that, but that was so long ago, I can't remember the details. Yeah. And then Cheryl says, Steve Bannon would be a great VP. Yeah, he would be he would be a pretty good VP. Everyone wants DeSantis, but DeSantis needs to continue to show how other governors need to govern. He's doing a great job. All of the MAGA patriots who are running for governor who win are going to do exactly what he's doing. Red Pill had somebody on, I can't remember his name, recently. He's doing he did a lot of.
There's plenty of time for DeSantis, so.
Oh yeah. He's going to be a great president someday for sure.
Right, there's plenty of time.
But he's not going to deny Trump his swan song.
Right.
Yeah. He's got plenty of time to. And why isn't Wasserman Schultz in jail yet? I think something's about ready to turn. Something. Oh, man.
Well, you can start to see. It's been turning for a while now. It's just the speed of turning is greater.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see that that something's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going to give, right?
Right.
So it's probably one magic word here, Durham.
Well, I certainly hope so. Now, one of Red Pill's guests, Ivan, he thinks that Durham is protecting the deep state, and if that's the case, that would be tragic. I hope that's not true.
Think so.
I hope that's not true.
I don't think that would ever be in the drops if it were the case.
Hopefully it's not true. Yeah.
Remember, the one thing that we got to understand, and this is a test of our faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is God is in control. The Patriots are in control. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to believe that, right? That's part of what we all have to, the mindset we have to adopt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to believe in something higher, right? It's important.
Hello, beautiful soul, says Crypto Alchemist. Welcome back, Crypto Alchemist. I'm glad you got your Crypto Alchemist channel back.
Hey, Crypto Alchemist, I wish you'd send Aaron your email so that I can contact you, or if you want to, the phone number, because I had some experiments I want to talk to you about.
You're that Crypto?
I got that message, but
yeah. Crypto Alchemist, get a hold of my email and
go ahead and give it to him again, I guess.
Yeah, hotgamesandpuzzlesllc at gmail.com. And then send me your number. I'll give that number to Max here.
Yeah, and I won't call you immediately, probably. It'll be a few weeks.
All right.
I'll probably try to get past most of this parasite business first.
Right.
But,
well, someday the only parasites you're going to have are your glasses, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I think if they looked at, like I said, if they looked into my brain, they'd probably find the one worm pushing all the levers and making all the decisions and going, well, it's a worm, but he's kind of like doing everything. I think we should let him keep going.
Yeah. It conjures up a really interesting image in the brain.
Yeah.
Oh, cartoon.
Yeah. Very cartoonish. I think my brain would look like a cartoon for sure.
You can make a meme out of it, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder what I'll talk about tonight on my channel, and the worms sitting in there or whatever.
Yeah.
Parasites in there trying to decide. And
well, it's like what was his name from SpongeBob? Plankton. The single-celled plant that wanted to take over the world. Remember him? He's kind of like a parasite. Very ambitious for a single-celled plant. But he came close, I think, a few times. Until SpongeBob stepped on him and he smeared him off his foot. Sorry, Plankton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've not been as active at doing things because.
Right. Obviously, yes. Well, you got your work cut out for you there, buddy. We're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still a significant amount of healing has to take place for sure.
Of course.
Once you've killed these things, you got to let them safely get out of your system, right? You have to, which has its own set of dangers, right? You don't want to be very active because you imagine. You don't want to pump these things into a place where it blocks blood flow, you know?
No.
Right. You want to let the body has the enzyme, they can break it down and deal with it. You just got to let it do it at its time.
You don't want them tubing down the arteries.
Exactly.
Throwing the beer cans and
right.
Just like that. Just like we used to do. I think I see a face in this one. Nebula picture. Oh, and Austin Morris says, I missed the George magazine now. I regret it. Supposedly there's a new issue out. Yeah, George magazine is back out again. Isn't that interesting?
In the most recent episode got Trump on the front or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Trump's on the front of the most recent one.
That's good. Yeah, you can find them on eBay and certain channels like George News and Rumble, etc. Austin. Oh, thank you, Peggy Dancer. We find out all kinds of cool stuff here, don't we?
See, I'm sure Trump knew what was going to happen.
Maybe.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. He knew it was going to happen. Trust me. He had early warning. He said, you know, not just because of, you know, anything that was in any plan, but because of his strategic thinking too. You know, he's a master strategic thinker too. So. Anyway.
Yeah.
He knows. He knows how to. He uses every ounce of his. This is what he was. This is what he's here on the planet to do, among other things, right?
Trump Tower.
It's part of his destiny.
Yeah.
He knows it.
Yeah.
He knows it's the most important thing, probably in his life, that he's doing. How important it is.
This is his destiny, and this is my density.
It's all our destiny. You know, this is those of us that are on the track to right now go to the next stage of our existence, our spiritual existence. You know, we're all part of it. And every single conscious movement that we can make, positive movement, is contributing to the takedown of the deep state.
Oh, yeah.
Every single one. Yeah. It all works together. And the most insignificant thing that you can do to better yourself or to help another or to is not insignificant.
Right.
If you believe or if you pray that God will give you will answer your prayer and help you contribute to the ending of the deep state, that prayer will be answered. So you have to then watch for the proof. God will provide the proof. And then you'll know the gratitude that I talk about. You'll know that you've had a direct answer from God. And it doesn't matter. You know it's true, whether anybody else ever believes you or not. You know? So I can't honestly say that I know anybody that actually believes what I've told you, you know, over time. But that's okay. I'm not. That's not important. You know?
Right.
Really isn't. You know? The important thing is, you know, and it transforms you, you know? I'll never be the same after knowing that my prayer, the prayer that I most fervently prayed was answered. Little old me, my prayer was answered.
Yep. Awesome.
So don't think you can't contribute. Pray for in whatever way that you think, or pray for God to reveal to you how you can help. And God will.
Yes.
So
well, I know that Mike the fireman will be happy that you called in.
Yeah, I was thinking about him the other day, thinking I got to get on there because Mike will be distressed.
He sent another picture from his trail cam. I didn't have that loaded up here, so maybe we'll look at that next time. But Sunday is this Sunday, folks, is
Sunday.
Andrew DiBisciago will be here again talking about how he found out from some biblical codes, Bible code guy, that his name, A. Bishago, which is a very unusual name, is in the Bible codes, close to the word time travel. So that's
cool.
Pretty interesting.
Cool.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yes. And the chat's been very, very awesome today. Very awesome.
It's pretty awesome every time.
Peggy Dancer is one of our new mods.
Great mods to keep all the riff-raff out of there.
Yeah. And after we are done with the show here, I always have to monitor the comments, because those bots put comments in as soon as it's up. So I have to delete those. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, wow, they put negative comments in there?
Oh, yeah, with links to bad things. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that they can try to take down your channel.
Mm-hmm. 7 Central. Is that 8 Eastern? I think it is. Yeah. Thanks, Dark Brain. Yes. Come and listen, and you will. And then the week after this, the Sunday after this next one, is going to be Q&A. Andrew DiBisciago, The Quest for Truth, Q&A. So get your questions ready. You can email them to me if you want ahead of time, or just put them in the chat, or super chat them, or maybe call in. We don't know if there's going to be a call in or not. We've not had good luck with call-ins with Andy, so we'll see. Oh, Peggy Dancer says, please give my message above. Oh, here it is. Maxwell, at the risk of sounding crazy as a loon, try Vicks Vapor Rub on your legs. Okay, it smothers them. Well, that might not be,
really?
Your skin might not be able to handle that chemical.
Well, I've had reactions to some things that I normally don't react to.
Yeah.
Like I bought at the dollar store. I bought a triple antibiotic lotion that has some kind of painkiller in it.
Oh yeah.
And I've used it many times before, right?
Uh-huh.
I put this on the sore that's created by these things.
Oh, you told me about that.
And
it hurt.
Boy, did it swell up and blister.
Yeah, you were on the air when that happened. I remember that. Yeah, it was
miserable. So I have to be a little bit cautious. But I may put it in a small spot. I do have some Vicks Vapor Rub around here, so I don't have a problem trying it in an area and see how it works.
Right. Wow.
So I'm not going to quickly smear it on everything and then see what happens.
Maybe you could find out what what kind of flute those snake charmers used, and maybe you do that.
Yeah, I could make the Pied Piper of roundworms.
There you go.
lead them off the cliff somewhere.
Yeah.
With my flute. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good, Crypto Alchemist. He says the reason was given for why my channel was taken down was bots. I stated that they were malicious and not related to me. After they reviewed it, they said I was right and reinstated me. Oh, well, that's awesome. It's good to know that there's still people that can fix things.
Or will fix things. It's good to know there's some good people there.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I'd say there's probably lots of good people there. It's like anything. They're in a job and they can't afford to leave their job. And they're like, what do I do? What can I do? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, So I'm sure that there's plenty of good people at the FBI that may ultimately find ways to get information out to the public.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the truth shall prevail. Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I know is absolutely 100% true.
Yes.
The truth shall prevail.
Yep. It sure will. It sure will.
And when it does, we will be cheering. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's coming, folks. The day we've all been looking for is coming.
Mm-hmm.
The happy days is coming. If you don't know that, then you need to work on that. You know? You need to work on your faith.
Right.
Because it's absolutely going to happen. So.
Yep. On screen right now is one of those it's one of those redacted things they released today from the DOJ about why they entered Mar-a-Lago. I did some very rudimentary adjustments to the image, and I got all of that noise in there. So that's, I don't know if you can extrapolate any words out of that, but it's something interesting.
Well, I think probably some of that's going to be unredacted in the future. And all of a sudden it will become clear that just like Trump's been saying all along we're talking about a corrupt organization that's out to get him and and it's and then more and more people will be awake. There's no question that's going to happen. It's going to happen. The truth is going to prevail. No question. None. I know it to be true. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy.
There you go.
Believe. Believe in something. Don't believe in me. I don't need. You don't need to believe in me. Believe in God. Believe that God wants and will make goodwill prevail.
All right. That's a good message. Maybe that's a good message to end things on here. Yep. Likely wrapping up soon.
God is in control. The Patriots are in control. Don't worry. Be happy.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much, Max, for calling in. We're gonna keep sending our prayers to you. I hope that this horrible situation gets rectified and you're get a clean bill of health, because we need healthy patriots. So
Yeah, it will. God's got my back, and all the patriots have my back with their prayers. It's all going to result in a positive manner. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Appreciate all of you. Love all of you.
All right.
So thank you so much.
Thank you for calling in. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, we did it again, friends. Episode 231 in the books, as they say. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. We love you guys. You guys rock. Keep your prayers up for everybody who needs them. For Max, of course, for everybody else. And also, if you're having back problems, get yourself a pair of crutches and hang on them for a while. Just get the weight off of your back. That worked for me. That's my little tip for people. So we'll see you Sunday with Andrew DiBisciago here, the time-traveling chrononaut who has 5 different degrees. Incredible guy. I always learn at least 5 new words every time he's on. So tune in for that And we'll see you Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays as well. And I also have to say hello to Heidi Pop. Apparently, she's in town or near. I guess she was in Green Bay last night. So looking to catch a coffee with her at some point. And that'll be nice. Until Sunday, friends, thank you for stopping by. We love you. Keep your cameras to the skies and keep pointing your cameras and your phones to the skies to take a picture of that UFO so you can come on the Truth Quest and talk about it. Because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. We'll see you Sunday. Peace in.